this is going to be an unbelievable start.
I mean, this is the tournament that's on everyone's minds at the beginning of the year. This is what players play for. This is what the entire year is about. And for one of these two teams, it ends today. Sentinels on the attacking side of Lotus. You've got Lakia, who's already taken a lot of space towards A. Now taking a step back, but otherwise, Dre, the map very quiet.
Yeah, it's so timid from both sides right now. No one wanting to make an early mistake. Very default play across the board. It's going to be a lurk smoke on C, putting doubt in the minds of GENG, but Munchkin, he's getting ahead of that.
Yeah, a smoke out from Karan as well. The Prowler through, but you're right, Munchkin ahead of the line just a little bit. Getting enough info as to what's really going on, and you see, as we see the map kind of lean back towards A. A couple of members across the middle of the map. Locky is the first one to fall.
Yeah, he was the solo man there as well. It's all up to Karan here.
With a classic light armor, the wall will conceal their movements. As t3xture tries to get a little active, t3xture was an absolute demon the last two times these teams faced off.
Yeah, he absolutely shut Zekken out of the series. And he just shut down Celsius.
At least out of this round, Meteor with a nade and a flash at his feet will fall at the hands of Zekken as TenZ looks to get a little bit more active, will connect onto Munchkin. Numbers the way of the attack in a massive amount too. And it's not getting any better for the #1 seed from the APAC region. Sentinels win the kingdom.
Will just be a C hit right off the rip, understanding that they have all gun advantage, all utility advantage, and it's going to be a clear retake from the side of GENG. What can they really do? They only have a sheriff, a couple sheriffs on Meteor and t3xture. And we've seen this post plant happen a lot from the side of Sentinels. They'll put this deep alarm bot in water with a molly. It's all to delay. And then they'll cycle smokes on default. This is so hard to break through. Zekken's having such a map already.
Dude, it's the second round, and he's already 1 point away from having his ult online.
And he's hungry. He wants more. Here it is. He gets that ultimate.
I mean, when you have that far of an advantage, you really want to push, and that's exactly what he does. So massive for two reasons. You mentioned Sentinels. Okay, at any of that success, maybe that's the tipping factor here because you see the buy. It's not great. 2 Stingers and then Sheriffs. For Sentinels, again, a slow start. Pretty metered, pretty tempered, if you will. Just kind of waiting to see if GENG are going to get active, if they're going to try to take some space and throw something aggressive into the fold, and that's exactly right. You got the paranoia that's out, and they're going to give up some of the same main space, trade the paranoia of their own, but manage to get away unscathed.
Yeah, and the big thing here is that all that C control was already gathered. So there's 5 members here, and the rotations can't make it in time. Sentinels are aware of this.
Well,
but they're getting delayed.
You got to be careful here, too. There's a brutal crunch. Remember, t3xture has his ult. But once again, fully sending out onto C. Sasi will be the first to fall as Munchkin manages to find 2 on the round. There's the ult popped as well. Not connecting onto anything, but Munchkin continues to farm. 3 on the round now. Oh, I thought he had fired it off already. Celsius falls on it. It's just John left in a 1v4, and they're weak, but not that weak. John is delivered. That's a big moment for him early on.
Getting your IG on the flow state can be a really big thing, especially early on. If he starts getting the kills, you get more confident in the calling, you start getting better reads.
Oh, they've got him figured out. They spotted him.
That was a tough one.
He was there in the previous round, too.
And Sentinels have a good idea of when a player is playing pushed up like that and they're solo to go through the door, the revolving door. No one has met them there yet.
A look back towards A. t3xture getting through the ult. He's got a big timing here. A wide swing and 2 kills found. Again, heroics from t3xture, but the counterpunch comes through at just the right time. Zekken down low, spotting 1, trying to switch to the weaker weaponry and not finding a kill. Now 2v2, the pit invested TenZ on the prowl. It's an alarm bot keeping him just a little bit further back. His Meteor waltzes into his death, right into the crosshair of the controller. Munchkin does the same.
One in Shanghai.
A level of consistency that hasn't been rivaled really in the history of Valorant, but has the potential to get pushed here. t3xture once again with the op. Looking for any skin, any blood, and nothing found. Oh my goodness. Better late than never, I guess. He's gonna get a 3rd! Teeing off on Sentinels. What a round from t3xture, the 4K for GENG.
That was unbelievable. Here and ready to play, still sitting on that showstopper. Wow.
And now Meteor's joining in on the fun. This is the GENG that's terrifying. This is the GENG that wins championships.
And I said it, Doug. GENG are a team that tends to start off a little bit slow, but when they get warmed up, they're unbelievable.
And yes, this is an eco round, but you know, we talk so much about confidence, we talk so much about momentum and how valuable that is in a game like this.
That room of being shot from Texture, so that's why they're playing so cautious. They don't have the gun advantage when you have a Spectre and a Bulldog. Wow, tether nade.
Achilles was talking about that on the desk and how it seemed like that needed to be a big part of their success on Lotus, and it hasn't really been much to speak of, to be honest.
And do you still opt to clear out that very, very close corner on Zekin after you use that? I guess somebody could have sneaked in.
This cross is crazy, but Saucy was the backup. He was the reinforcement. So Paranoia is out. It's going to tag up Zekin as well. It's just buying time. Wow! With the nade out, still manages to get one. But Karen on the equalizer. Celsius now aggressive with the Spectre upgraded in the hands of Munchkin. Can he hold the line? Finding all three!
Strike down A.
Meteor's Marshall finally besting him.
30 seconds left.
But he's now left in a 1v2, upgrading to a Vandal. No armor. Challenged in the smoke. Challenged in the map. Sentinels get to 9.
Not giving these 1v1 exchanges, not giving the contact approaches, fighting as a unit, using utility. Maybe that's the key. Maybe that was the game plan, the adaptation this time around.
It's a cheeky angle there. Celsius is holding. If he does get threatened, he should be able to get away, unless he's completely overwhelmed.
This is going to be an A reclear fight, though. That's why you see Tens out with that Paranoia.
Yeah, I think it's just noise that Munchkin is making. And it's just enough of noise. It's just enough of a distraction.
30 seconds left.
Very nicely done by GENG, but Celsius still holding the line on the other side. That's now 2 bodies found. The swing of the classic will not betray him.
Spike
Back-to-back
down.
3Ks for the Vibe Merchant himself.
He played that to near perfection.
I mean, he really did.
And now tether nade. I mean, yeah, the spike gets planted. Oh, it doesn't even get planted. Oh.
I mean,
it's all a bait setup on C, but that deep alarm bot, that should be heard from Celsius, I believe. But they're not reading into it. Last time around, we saw Sentinels use that same alarm bot. They ended B.
they're committing to this.
Showstopper committed.
The B side is empty, but they've popped the 2 ults and the Paranoia out.
Oh. Zekin just stole that one away, opening the door himself.
The spike does go down, though. No ults on the side of Sentinels.
And that does Meteor fallen. So that gives Celsius this timing.
The smoke keeping them apart. 2 targets found, only 1 claimed. Munchkin, who was so far up at the very beginning, still playing out towards stairs. Tens besting him. Numbers the way of the defense. And Ob still in the hands of Zekin. A difficult weapon to pull this off with.
He's got to be the one that gets on the spike, allow his teammates with the rifles.
I don't know if he has
to
the tools
stick
for this.
He's got to hit the shot here.
Aaron's the first to fall. Texture's by himself. Second hits a shot. The defuse comes through. Sentinels get to map point. I like this from GENG, though. I mean, they're methodically removing all of the traps and all of the little passive information gathering tools that Sentinels have.
Very high level stuff right now. That's a free B site because of all that.
And yeah, it costs them a Paranoia, and yeah, it costs them a little bit of time, but they gladly give that up in exchange for the site.
Viper's Pit invested as well.
With
Texture's
Molly on it.
Yeah, exactly. Texture's going to play ahead of it. It's looking pretty good right now for GENG. Sentinels. What kind of retake do they have cooked up?
Careful here on the crunch. Tens has a Paranoia. Karen's going to be the first to fall. The first smoke comes through, the tap of the door, and there's the flash. Is there anything behind it? Texture's the only one who I believe didn't get tagged, and he's still up on the pit, like you mentioned. Concealed in the green goo. The spam comes through. Meteor's dead. How much more can he find? Oh, no. Disaster again for Sentinels as Texture obliterates them. 4 found as GENG get to 7. But Valorant can be a silly game at times.
The calling of GENG has been really, really good so far on this attacking side.
Oh, they're investing heavy into this without real weaponry. Sheriffs and a judge. But they dropped the lockdown, or excuse me, the Nightfall. Karen up close. The paranoia's out. Karen's dead. So is Lakia. t3xture and Munchkin, the only two that are up. The pit's been planted, but the guns are not great on the other side. t3xture's gonna have to clutch again, and he does! It makes sense.
A lot of Odin spam being done in tree. But t3xture, oh my gosh, he's not slowing down.
With ult popped, the tether keeps him back. Zekin's got one of his own!
What?
But he's gonna have to use it in the next round if we get that far.
Doug,
I think
Sentinels are crumbling.
I think they have to save here.
You have to.
Yeah.
But even the way these fights are going, it's so one-sided in the way of GENG. They're decimating Sentinels in these last couple of rounds.
I'll find you.
t3xture just decided to just wake up and go absolutely nuclear.
Poison's on.
Looks like we're due for a Clash A main again.
It's a force.
This could be a mess. I mean, almost everyone is here. Both paranoias traded. t3xture's down. Raid boss falls, and now the ult popped, but it looks like it's a little short. And so both teams refusing to relent on this area of the map. But Zekin looking to take us high spots. And barring a miracle for Meteor, that's exactly where we're headed. GENG decided to take the fight where Sentinels have succeeded this entire half, and it was ill-advised.
Wow.
13-9 as Lotus goes the way of Sen City.
Wow, what a map so far. If this is